first ever cross-country championships.
Well, now we quickly turn our attention to the under-23 women. Saw Sofia Anaui there, the very, very good Polish runner. Anna Gehrig and Maya Rayberg. Well, Germany have chances of taking a team medal in this event as well, I think.
The under-23 race will have the same course.
Jessica Judd, better known as a middle distance runner, but fine cross-country runner herself. Emin Tuna from Turkey, former junior champion at this event.
The previous race, the highest number of competitors. Now in the under-23 women, we will see the lowest number of runners in a race, 53, 19 countries.
So, the women's under-23 race.
Let's have a look at the start list. Under-23 women, our next race of today.
53 runners from 18 nations, a little bit down on the junior races. Picked out some of the names there as we went through. Also to mention Emma Wadiu, the highest place finisher from last year. Well, there's Sofia Anaui. I was connecting in Rome with her. She's absolutely tiny. I mean, her compatriot Rotowski isn't the tallest runner around, but now he is very, very diminutive indeed, but a very fine runner. Yes. You can see Katrina Grants at the front there, and Anna Gehrig. Gehrig won a gold medal as a junior last year. Now moving up to the under-23 ranks, and behind her, Maya Rayberg. Rayberg, a bronze medalist as a junior back in 2012. Yes. Budio. Well, the good British team. Well, very tall figure in the second file of Jessica Judd, but up front it's Rebecca Murray and Georgina Utten. Turkey, well, Tuna, tallest of the Turkish quartet to look out for. As you've gathered now, as we just look through the runners, it's opportunity for Mark just to run the rule over who he sees as being the main contenders.
Well, Britain are the defending champions. I'm not quite sure who's going to be the top Briton, though. Rebecca Murray has run a really good half marathon. There's another good half marathon runner, Reng, from Germany in this race. Speed versus strength, I'm not sure.
Well, we just saw
who the course is going to suit best.
Also in there is Milica Mercheva, who surprised us all by getting a silver medal on home soil in Samakov 2 years ago. Bulgarians not having a complete team, just Milica Mercheva running for her, as you can see her on the right side of your picture. Well, the Germans and the British already to the fore there, as you can see on that long shot, as we're looking down the course. So in similar fashion to the under-20 men's race, this will be over 4 long laps of 1,500 meters and a start and finish. So 6,150 meters to be completed by the under-23 women.
Wide open, we mentioned some favorites, but you never know.
A couple of the Swedes in there, who are showing well at this very, very early stage. Isabel Brouwer and Carolina Johnson. And Johnson, well, European Junior Steeplechase silver medalist last year, just 20 years of age. Well, at the moment, Germany showing well. There's Oggioni from Italy. Silvia Oggioni, the Italian under-23 5,000 meter champion. It looks like at the moment, though, 3 Germans in the top 15, and probably as many British as well. You can see on the right side of your screen there, Carolina Johnson from Sweden, alongside the slightly slighter figure of Rebecca Murray. Well, that's a few of the runners having a few problems with that turn. Also up there, Fatma Demir from Turkey, the Balkan under-23 cross-country champion. So somebody with useful credentials there, Demir. So at the moment it's Gehring leading the way, and Grants as well up there. Demir in the centre of the picture. Ogioni now just edging into the front. And we can just see another of the Italians up there as well in about 5th place. So at this stage, Italy showing extremely well as well in the team competition.
This is the smallest field of the day, 53 entrants from 18 countries.
Yes. Well, Italy got a medal, the bronze, in the team competition 12 months ago when we were, well, just across the Mediterranean in Chia, Toulon, and, well, possibly a chance of getting another medal here.
Yes, interestingly, Phil, it's the second consecutive European cross-country championships where there have been flamingos nearby. There's a lagoon behind the start with flamingos, as there was in France last year. Don't think we'll have that next year.
I don't think flamingos are native to Slovakia, no. I think we might see vultures, but not flamingos, or some other birds of prey.
Storks.
Storks.
For good luck.
Yes, well, let's move away from the bird spotting to this race. Well, it's still Demir at front. It seems a bit more of a sedate pace than the 2 preceding under-20 races. Is it?
We'll soon see as they go through the first lap.
And then we see Anawi. That's the first shot of her in this race. She's moved up very carefully over the course of the first kilometre. Alice Wright also, the European under-23 10,000 metre bronze medalist last year, up showing to the fore. They haven't really strung out the field very much there.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to welcome the runners here in the
Dakova from the Czech Republic.
They will finish first of the 4 laps.
So I should say Slovakia,
We still have
next
a
year's
big
hosts.
group of runners there.
So at the moment we can see Alice Wright there in the centre of the shot, but it's Demir from Turkey leading the way, Sofia Anawi. Well, Anawi we tend to think of as a track runner, but she's got good credentials also at cross-country. She was second in the junior race 3 years ago. So, 1 lap completed. Alice Wright there, notionally in the lead. Cristina Sante has moved up as well. So the Italians are showing well at the moment at the front. It's always a huge motivation, of course, to be running in front of your family and friends.
It's not a bad pace, 5:10 for 1,500 metres plus 90 metres start. But we'll see, we'll get a better idea after they've completed 1 full lap of 1,500 metres.
There you can see the top 4 very closely matched, top 5 indeed. So Great Britain, Northern Ireland, followed by Turkey, France, and then Germany at this stage. Well, moving up almost unnoticed, now taking the lead is Tugba Govenk, 2013 European under-23 steeplechase champion. She's only run in the European cross once before. She was 24th back in 2013 as an under-20 athlete herself. Well, we can see Govenk there on the right-hand side of your screen. I'm looking at these wonderful biographies that you put together, Mark, and it says that she listens to music from the film Rocky to psych her up. How did you find that out?
I have a very good German friend who sometimes speaks to these athletes on my behalf, and yes, I know of a few other athletes that have done that. And I know of one athlete who used to watch the entire film Braveheart before racing.
Well, I'll give you a bit of a shout out amongst the journalists. Your biographies with all sorts of entertaining tidbits of information are much appreciated. Certainly add to the colour and the breadth of our commentaries. So Sophia Inaue up the front there with Alice Wright alongside her, and the Rocky herself, Tugba Govenk. It looks as though the pace is increasing just very slightly. Just behind the leading trio at the front, Silvia Oggioni, who we've mentioned before. Quite a long way back is Micheva, the Bulgarian, back in about 15th place at the moment. So leading pack there of about 15 runners, then just a very, very slight gap back, but it's Govenk. Also got Charlotte Taylor, the 2013 World Junior Triathlon champion, showing very well there. So, Jessica Judd, very easy to spot, much taller than most of the rest of the runners around her, having a very good run indeed for someone we think of as essentially an 8 and 1500 metre runner.
That's right, although Inaue is more of a 1500 metre runner, and the winner of the last race, the junior men's 1500 metre runner, so of course obviously is good for that type of athlete.
Yes, and 6,000 metres is not going to stretch them too much. I mean, this is the sort of work that they're going to be doing in the winter, even if they are doing 8 and 1500 metres in the summer on the track. Govenk still really taking the pace and really pulling it out, and we can still see in there Tuna, her Turkish compatriot. Well, this is turning into a fascinating race. It was pretty quickly shaken out in both of the two under-20 races into who were going to be the medal contenders, and didn't change that much over the second half of the race, but this is, well, we're about 3 kilometres into this race, around the halfway point, and it's proving to be quite an entertaining race. There we go. You can see the leaders, Govenk, Wright, Inaue, Turkey, Great Britain, Northern Ireland, Poland in the medal positions at the moment, but, well, just 1 second covering the top 10 exactly. And then just a little bit of a gap back to 11th and 12th positions, and then a 3-second gap. So that's a leading pack of a dozen. Nice round figure. That is right now. Just taking over the lead, and Govenk just looking as though, at least to my mind, she's a little bit tired. Great Britain, Germany and Italy in the medal positions at this stage. Turkey just slipping back, so although Govenk and Tuna are in that leading pack, it's obvious that their third and fourth scorers are slipping back slightly.
Well, interestingly, both Wright and Taylor of Great Britain, they both had full collegiate seasons in the United States, so they've already had plenty of cross-country races going back to September, and they both performed with distinction in the US Collegiate Championships earlier this winter, last month, with Taylor finishing 10th and Wright finishing 19th.
Yes, both coming into this race very, very sharp indeed. This will be the pinnacle of their season, indeed, for nearly all the European cross-country runners. This is the championship that they've been targeting since October. We've had a series of European athletics cross-country permit races, in places like Belgium, Denmark, Germany and Spain, where many of the runners, particularly in the senior races, have really shown what they're bringing to these championships. Well, just starting to string it out a little bit now. We've got Gehrig, Wright, Enaui, and Taylor. So there's a bit of daylight between those leading four. Going back to the rest, led by Ogioni.
Well, the pace didn't really pick up in that second lap, 4:47 for 1500 metres, as opposed to 5:10 for a longer section in the previous lap. But I think the next lap's going to be quicker, but from what we can see here.
Yes. Well, there's Rayberg, slightly surprising that she's not up there. Grant's also slipping back, so there you can see the leading quartet and then back to another half a dozen. And it's been Alice Wright who's been really doing most of the work.
They are gaining some meters now. 4 runners in the leading group, 2 Brits, 1 from Poland, 1 from Germany. Alice Wright.
So Anna Gehrig, well, last year she was a 17th as a junior. But she's had a good year and she finished second at the recent Tilburg cross country, the Van der Loop in the Netherlands, which is also one of the European Athletics cross country permit meetings. This year's German under-23 5,000 meter champion, but still 20 years of age, Anna Gehrig, so she's made a big improvement over the course of the last 12 months, really stepped up into contention at a continental level for a medal. Well, there's Govenk slipping back quite rapidly now, looking rather tired, legs starting to get a bit leaden, so too Emina Tuna, so this not necessarily suiting the Turkish talents. Maya Rayberg, though, also, we're expecting her to feature perhaps a little higher. But this is the leading quartet.
Alice Wright and Charlotte Taylor, more 10,000 metre runners, and just as I was going to suggest they were trying to take the sting out of Inui's finish, she's the one that's moved ahead.
Well, indeed, and Anna Gehrig also has really surged there. Well, this is going to have to be a case of the 2 British runners, Taylor and Wright, really gritting their teeth there. Well, Wright now really starting to blow hard. So as we enter the last lap, and about 4.5 minutes of running ahead of us. Well, Enaui and Gehrig, they're the leading pair at the moment. Enaui's been on the podium as an individual before. Gehrig has taken team honours for Germany last year in the junior race. Well, now there's a gap starting to really open up, and it's Gehrig who's really doing all the hard work here. Enaui just hanging on. Enaui, the very slight figure of the pole, looking very comfortable as well. It's now Taylor who's moved in front of Wright to lead the British challenge.
And I think Britain are quite clear in the team race. They've got 4 in the top 8, Wright, Taylor, Murray, and then Just Judd in 8th place.
Yes, there's the team standings on your screen as we see Enaui. Well, she briefly took the lead and then Gehrig got right back in front again. Well, this is turning into a fascinating duel here. So Gehrig now really pushing hard, really working hard at this stage. Enaui gritting her teeth, hanging on. The upright style of Charlotte Taylor there. She's just starting to edge away from Alice Wright. Alice Wright, though, I don't think she's finished yet. There's another of the Poles, Rutkowska, coming through. And Rebecca Murray, so that's the top 6 at this stage. You can see just Jessica Judd just slipping back, but as Mark was saying, Great Britain, Northern Ireland very clearly in the lead in the team competition at this stage. So it's still Anna Gehring. Well, about a minute of running left. Taylor now still hanging on to the bronze medal position. Rutkowska, though, is making up a lot of ground on the two British in front of her. And she's towing Rebecca Murray along. I don't think the medals are by any way decided just yet. But it's still Anna Gehring in front. And Gehring really, well, she's done all the work. You have to say, I think Anaui might have the stronger finish, but looks as though Gehring has done a very good job of, as best as she can, taking the sting out of the Poles' finish.
A Polish woman has never won a gold medal at these championships. They won 2 golds in the junior men's events, but of course Anaui was second herself in the junior race for women 3 years ago.
Yes, Anaui, a 4:01 1500 metre runner at best, a personal best she set earlier this year in the summer. Went to the Olympics and made the Olympic 1500 metres final, so you'd have had to have said that if it's going to come down to a sprint finish, it might be Anaui, but it looks as though Gehring's doing a very good job. And now it's right back in front, now getting back into 3rd place. Taylor, well, starting to look a bit tired. So it's Gehring now starting to really pick up the pace. You heard the infield commentator saying the last heel. Now he's starting to look really tired ahead, bobbing from side to side and her arms swinging as well. We're now seeing Alice Wright now. Well, just seeing how much distance there is between her and her compatriot, Charlotte Taylor. But Rutkowska also closing on the two Britons without a doubt. Well, the Germans have got 3 in about the top 12. They're going to be really close, in close contention. Well, we're now in the finishing straight, 100 metres away, but Anaui, well, that renowned 1500 metres finishing speed, she's working really, really hard, but it is going to be gold in the women's under-23 race to Poland's Sofia Anaui. 19 minutes and 21 seconds. That's all it took for her to cover that 6,150 metre course. Anna Gehring from Germany taking the silver, just showing how much she's improved over the last 12 months. And a long way back, though, Alice Wright gets the bronze just in front of Charlotte Taylor. Well, Katarzyna Rutkowska had a terrific last kilometre or so, but couldn't quite get up there in contention, but 2 poles in the top 5. You'll see there one of the early leaders, Tugna Govenk, crossing the line for Turkey. Well, we're just counting them across now. There's Jessica Judd. I make it 4 for Britain in the top 11 or 12. Yes, I think that's enough for Britain to confirm them as the team winners.
Yes, 4 in the top 12.
As we see the rest of the competitors just come across the line now. Naturally, the host broadcasters paying a little bit of attention to the Italians. That was Constanza Martinetti. But this is the woman who's taking the plaudits in this race, Sofia Anaui. Well, 4:01 1500 metres stood her in good stead. Anna Gehring, well, she's got to be very, very pleased with this performance. She's got 2 more years in the under-23 ranked, and a terrifically gutsy run there from Gehring, who really did all the hard work, especially over the second half of the race. When you consider that she was only 17th in the juniors last year, to move up to silver in the first year in the under-23 category, an outstanding performance there for Gehring. She's got 2 more years in this category. Opportunity to challenge for the gold, which was just denied her by Sofia Naui. Well, at one point in the last kilometre, I thought she was down and out. I thought Gehring had actually taken the sting from her finish, but I was proved wrong. She came through very strongly. There's the Italian team. Enjoying their moment in the sun, and it is very sunny. I will say, though, the breeze over the course of that race has picked up quite dramatically. It's still very sunny, but it's now starting to be a little bit breezy out there, out on the Chia course. Alice Wright, bronze medal, just needs to get her breath back, being supported there by Rebecca Murray. Well, we were just listening to there, Sofia Naui, very delighted, just talking about her tactics there, waiting until the last 200 metres. Confirmation of the results there. Naui from Poland, Gehring from Germany, and Wright from Great Britain, Northern Ireland. Well, former junior champion, Emine Tuna, slipping back to 23rd there. Carolina Johnson, expecting her to feature a little bit more highly. She was showing well in the first part of the race. Fatma Demir, well, struggled badly over the course of the last couple of kilometres. And Emily Ududu as well, going back into the 40s after finishing 8th last year. That was a bit of a surprise. As we look there at those towers, as I say. And there's the team results confirmed. Great Britain and Northern Ireland 26 points, Germany 33, and Italy, well, there'll be a big raw